Good afternoon and welcome to the Hoag Heritage Society. We're so glad that you're here. We're so happy that you are able to share this wonderful luncheon, the 17th annual luncheon to celebrate Hoag Hospital and your participation in the mission and ministry of this community. I'm Rick Afable. I'm the President and Chief Executive Officer of Hoag Hospital. So glad and happy to see you here today. My apologies. I wish I could be here with you today. Unfortunately, some unforeseen events have caused me to not be where I really want to be, which is with you here today. The foundation has planned a wonderful event for you, and please enjoy the wonderful food, the wonderful times together. And I understand we're even going to have some fun around Casablanca and Rick's Place and a few other exciting things today. So please have a great time, and we're so glad that you're here, and thank you so much for your support. What I'd like to do is just to give you a few updates of what's happening at your hospital and with your healthcare organization and with the community in general, and the kinds of things that you have been supportive of and being supportive of for these many years. I guess where I'd like to begin is what's new. What's new here at Hoag? Maybe the simplest thing that I can say and show you is our new logo. You see a logo that doesn't look like the old logo. The old logo said Hoag Hospital, and the new logo says Hoag. And that's a it's a subtle but not so small change, and I just wanted to be sure that you all had some understanding as to what we, the leadership, and especially your board of trustees, the people who run Hoag Hospital and represent the community and represent you in making decisions, had in mind when we changed the logo, and that is we are much more than a single hospital sitting on the hill in Newport Beach. Today. We are actually 3 hospitals, and I'm going to tell you all about that. But not only that, we are 7, soon to be 8 health centers around our 6 cities. We are opening up some urgent care centers to serve you and to serve members of the community. There's lots of new and exciting things that are happening. But most of these things that we are doing as Hoag for the future are less about sickness and illness and more about health. So when you see the new logo and when you see the new wave, think about health and think about wellness and think about how this organization is serving its community as a source of health and health care, as opposed to a great, great hospital that will take care of you when you're sick. We will always be a great hospital to take care of you when you're sick. I promise you that. However, we can and we are much more today. And so the new logo, which is Hoag, and do be thinking about your organization now as a healthcare organization rather than a place where people can go to get great care when they're sick. What also is new is what's happening in Irvine. So you all are very well aware, because we had a nice luncheon back last fall for all of you when we opened Hoag Hospital Irvine. And so I'm here to just let you know that the hospital did open on September 1st, as many of you know. And that 154-bed hospital, which is at Sand Canyon Road and the 405 freeway, is open and is operating very, very well. We hired about 1,000 people to staff our new facility. By the way, about half the staff that went to Irvine came from our existing staff here in Newport Beach. And then we hired about 1,000 people, half of whom came to Newport Beach to fill in for those who left and went to Irvine, and then 500 new staff as well. The hospital is functioning very well. As you know, half of the hospital is essentially a mirror image of what we have in Newport Beach, providing emergency room services, operating rooms, intensive care unit, medical surgical services, just like we do in Newport Beach. But the other half of the facility up there is very focused on orthopedic care in a new organization that we have created in partnership with our orthopedic surgeons called the Hoag Orthopedic Institute. So when you think about Irvine Hospital, Hoag Hospital Irvine, think about Hoag with a specialty on orthopedics. When you think about Hoag in Newport Beach, think about Hoag Hospital with a specialty on mother-baby and women's services. And for the most part, everything else is the same in between the two, with some rare exceptions. Of course, we would all know that open heart surgery and big neurosurgical procedures are being done in Newport Beach, where we have the equipment and the staff. But for the most part, the two organizations are the same. They are separated by 12 miles between Irvine on Sand Canyon Road and Newport Beach on Pacific Coast Highway. But it's really one organization. So the way I think about it is one hospital on 2 campuses, Irvine with a specialty in orthopedics, Newport Beach with a specialty on mother-baby, and the rest is providing great care for those who need hospital care in and around our communities of Newport Beach, Irvine, and the greater communities of central coastal Orange County. What else is new is what I had mentioned previously, which is Hoag's focus on health. And this board of directors here at the hospital have made a very significant commitment to what we're calling the continuum of care. And the continuum of care might sound a little confusing to you, but I'm going to try to make that clear just so that you can understand it clearly. And that is, the continuum of care means that we are committing to helping people in their health needs, not just for the 4 days when they might need to be in the hospital, but rather for the full continuum of their care and services. So for example, if we were to care for somebody who had needed a knee replacement, which unfortunately a lot of people do, we would be thinking about not just the 2.5 days when they're in the hospital having the knee replaced, but rather thinking about the 30 days before they're having their knee replaced and helping them to prepare for the surgery, and then taking care of them for as long as a year or more after the surgery to be sure that the outcome of their care is exactly what they are interested in, which is, for a knee replacement, would be return to normal function or functioning as you normally would. I had somebody most recently who asked me, said, "Doc, will I be able to play golf after I have my knee replaced?" And so the important question is, could you play golf before you had your knee replaced? And if you couldn't, then the answer is no. But if you need to be much more functional so that you can return to your normal desired function, whether it be playing golf, return to work, or merely being able to play with your grandchildren, we are now committed to the full continuum of care. And that requires an expansion of services, because for the most part we have previously been about a hospital service, and now we're talking about the full continuum. We're talking about services before, and we're talking about services after a knee replacement. And the same would hold true for people who have heart conditions, or people who have cancer, or women who are going to have a baby, and families who are coming to join us to expand their family through all of the issues around maternal health. We are focused on the full continuum. So what you're going to be seeing now are some new things, exciting things for Hoag, which is the development of Hoag Health Centers in and around our 6 cities primarily. And those 6 cities make up Huntington Beach, Newport Beach, Costa Mesa, Laguna Beach, Fountain Valley, and Irvine. That's where we're focusing most of our attention. You'll see some new facilities. Some urgent care centers are going to be coming up. The first one is going to be in Tustin, right over near Irvine Boulevard and Jamboree. You're going to see a Hoag Health Center going in there with a new Hoag Urgent Care Center. You're going to see one here in Newport Beach, we're going to see one in Huntington Beach, and we're going to have one in Orange coming up very soon as well. Something we haven't done previously. We've certainly provided great emergency room services, but you know, about 20–30% of people who have an urgent need don't need our emergency room, where true emergencies take up a lot of time and take a lot of our efforts. For urgent care, a Hoag Urgent Care Center should fit in just fine, and you're going to see at least 2 or 3 of them coming up here very soon in 2011. So what else is new for Hoag at this point? Well, I think probably the most important element going forward is some of the things that we all are interested in and concerned about as it relates to healthcare reform. And the one thing that I can say to all of you as it relates to healthcare reform and some of the things that you might be reading as far as Medicare programs and some of the new elements that are coming out, most of which will be enacted in the 2013-2014 timeframe, we are your partner. And we are the partner with this community as it relates to being sure that the people in our community, especially older individuals in our community who are a very important part of what we do and why we do it, that we will be a partner with you and with this community as we adapt to healthcare reform, and that we make sure that the services that are needed and the care that is needing to be provided will be done by Hoag with you in partnership going forward. So we're very excited about some of the new things that are happening here at Hoag Hospital in Newport. Probably the most exciting new thing to tell you about is the Heart and Vascular Institute. We have begun construction with the creation of a new, highly advanced, technologically advanced hybrid heart and vascular and heart surgery room. It will be one of the most advanced heart surgery rooms in the country when it opens in December of this year. It will be providing for Dr. Rainey and Dr. Zussman, Dr. Joyo, and their new partners a place where they can provide the state-of-the-art heart and vascular care and service, which for today requires a whole host of new equipment and new technology, computer-based technology and imaging capabilities. I won't bore you with all the details, but suffice it to say that we're taking our cardiac surgery and cardiac intervention program to the next level with the opening of the new Heart and Vascular Institute effective December of this year. And it's just the beginning. New cardiac catheterization labs, new programs for heart arrhythmias and heart rhythm disturbances in our electrophysiology department, and a host of new technologies will be coming forth. Of course, we couldn't be doing anything, we couldn't be doing any of this without your help. Your help and your support is what makes Hoag what it is. It makes all of these new technologies and these new systems of care possible, and we couldn't be more grateful for all the support that you provide. We need you, Hoag Heritage Society. We need you to be our supporters, but more importantly, we need you to be our advocates. What you say and what you do and how you interface with us and with the rest of the community means a lot to us. We thank you for what you're providing for us as far as support. We're glad you're here today. Enjoy your lunch. I hope you've already enjoyed your lunch if this video is after the meal. And I look forward to being with you hopefully next year, but many times between now and then. Thanks very much.